Hi everyone, welcome to Real Economy Trucking Euro style. We're here using a Real Economy mod along with Promods in Euro Truck Simulator 2. And I'm kind of continuing to make my way eastward across this part of Europe here. So at this point, the only job of the 5 that we have is this one that I really am interested in, but I only have 40 minutes, so I'm hoping I can make it. So I don't want to waste any time. Oh, good news is I think I'm already here, so that's great. But what I was getting at is, yeah, I didn't want to waste any time perhaps missing out and driving around the city, because 40 minutes isn't much time, but I think this will get me what I need. Alright, well clearly, oh, I wonder if it's next door. I wonder if we're in Lane or something. So I'm wondering, yeah, we're in a lane and we need to be at CC Dunk's Freightbahn. Right. So I think it's over there. Which again is at least close enough that I should be okay. I already wasted 2 minutes just fumbling around looking for things there, so certainly it is moving quickly. There we go. Alright.
Let's do this.
So let's see. Way down there. Because I knew it was just a wheel loader, I'm like, it should be pretty obvious. Alright, so it was a little confusing because we've got 2 yards very close together, which again I think is pretty common in Europe and, well, a lot of places. Just ATS doesn't tend to lump things together that closely because there's just more space. Alright, so I've got 2 hours and 41 minutes, and I need to rest in 2 hours and 41 minutes, so I basically have an hour to spare, but I need to get this job done. If everything goes according to plan, I would think this would be an episode where I'll do one more load.
Turn left.
Obviously, we'll have to see how things are for the length of what we find, because that was part of the other issue. The other jobs that I had available to me here were pretty lengthy.
Turn left.
It should be turning green there. There we go.
At the roundabout,
and
take the second exit.
So if I get super lengthy jobs, the challenge will be this could again turn into a lengthy episode, but as we saw, there's only 5 jobs available out of this town, so we'll just have to see what we have available to us. But right now we'll focus on getting to our destination, and we'll worry about the rest of it once we're dealing with it, instead of speculating about the what-ifs, which could drive us, frankly, a little batty. It was an interesting road. It would have been really hard to follow with a truck and then appropriately drive, so we had to bounce into the grass a little bit. I am at the point where probably next time after I deliver this, I probably do want to fuel up. I'm getting to about half full. So let's see. We are going to Zenica. So if you see that on the signs, yell out. I won't hear you, but you'll at least feel like you're participating. Alright. So, let me reset my setting there. 163 kilometers till we deliver, so not terribly far. And we can go a little faster, but this is not that light of a load. 15,400 kilos. At this point, we really can't turn anywhere. Got the tunnel here. We're supposed to be at 60 through here just because we're coming up on things. Looks like all of the gates we have to stop at, so we'll just take the easiest one straight down the middle here. We don't have to turn. There we go. And that'll just grab information. So again, this is that interesting thing where the toll is kind of between two tunnels. So definitely a setup I've not seen before in any of my travels. And
Keep right.
Oh, there we
and
go.
then turn right.
I was going to say, not telling us to turn right, but it is.
Turn right.
And then it said to stay to the right, so I'm assuming we're going to kind of stay over this way. Oh, there isn't another break off. I'm not sure what it meant there. A little bit of challenge up the hill here, that's for sure. Alright. We see Zeneca. We do not see... Well, I can't... Well, I guess they do have them translated away from... I think it would be Cyrillic into Arabic, or... Yeah, I think they're Arabic letters. Maybe? I don't know. Now I'm probably using the wrong terms, trying to sound all smart, and in fact I'm sounding not that smart at all. So the letters that in the West I'm used to. How about that? So it did look like it had a bit of a mix. Alright, we are at full cruising speed. So some of this ends up, because we really don't have a lot of ability to spare cash and so forth, I think it drives us a little bit more to the realism in that at this point I'm driving in the night a lot because I can't afford to lose a load to sleep, and if I don't need to sleep, it's kind of where I went ahead and did that. Now, being honest, I hadn't looked at my rest before I selected a job, so I need to get better at doing that. I'm actually kind of got a bad habit with that. So for those who may be new to the series, welcome. Sorry it took me 5 minutes or so to welcome you, but for returning fans, welcome as well.
Keep right.
What
and
I'm
then
trying to
exit
do
right.
here is, as I said, running a real economy mod, so as you saw, this job is only worth
Exit
283.
right.
Whoa. Oh, come on, really? Well, luckily it didn't find me for that, but... Oy. But I'm trying to see if I can make that work, and the challenge has been certainly that I've been struggling until recently to turn a profit consistently. So we do have a loan, which is what allowed us to even get our truck, and we've got a couple other drivers driving for us to try to help in these endeavors, and I think we're finally hitting our stride, where I believe we've actually gone a whole week without having our 7-day profit drop into the negative. Now, once again, I'm going to have to buy fuel, as I said, and that is going to put a little hit into it, but I think we have enough that we can do it. But the fuel does get pretty pricey. So €6 for the toll there. We're about halfway. It looks like we may be getting off the freeway. So
Get
man,
ready.
nobody is
Turn
letting
right.
us in. I have my turn signal on. I would think they know that my lane is ending. I think she said to turn right. I was so frustrated.
Turn
And
right.
yes, she did say turn right. But we may not have any more tolls between now and the destination, so that would be nice. That would mean we're giving away very, very little in tolls, which is not always the case. Got a little bit of a factory construction yard here. I'm not quite sure. Piles of Looks like gravel, but then some other items there. Just hard to tell what I'm looking at. It's a pretty busy intersection for 1:30 in the morning. So I'm guessing we're in a pretty industrial area, and maybe the night shift folks are headed out for their, I suppose it's still lunchtime break, but it would kind of be in the middle where, you know, a lot of times the night shift might work 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. So this would be kind of a late lunch for them. Alright, Sarajevo, there's Zenica, 51 kilometers. Sarajevo's further on. Was the site of the Olympics long ago, but the country then unfortunately experienced some unrest, and it's definitely not what it used to be before at that time. So it was Yugoslavia back then, but now I think it's Croatia. So changes in the structure of the world sometimes happen, and not usually for peaceful reasons, unfortunately. Well, we might discover a city on the way. This Doboj, or Doboj, I don't know how you end up saying it.
Keep right.
Alright, so we're going to keep right. Okay, we did discover it. That is good. So that'll give us an alternative
Go straight
if we
on.
can't find a load that we like in the town we're headed to. I mean, while this is 65 kilometers away, so it's over an hour, it looks like. It's telling me an hour and 4 minutes till I deliver. Oh, that's just blinking yellow. Scared me suddenly. I looked up and I saw yellow. I'm like, oh, I better slam on my brakes, but yeah, for a moment I thought I was seeing like the ceiling of a toll area, but it doesn't look like that's what this is.
Go straight on.
Banja Luka is where we came from. Game will not let us go back that way. Euro oil, but not one we can actively use. But yes, if I find a load back there, I have to keep in mind I'm going to probably need a couple hours to be able to really get to it. Now, what I really am going to need to do is once I get there, I'm just going to need to rest and then look for loads, because there's not really a point of looking for a load and getting tempted by one that I can grab, because the chances are also, if it's a short run like that, they're not going to give me enough time to sleep, because they're going to assume if you're taking a short load that you're starting out and at least able to drive several hours to make the delivery. Because I don't think anybody who's shipping something a short distance is thinking, let me add 10 hours of sleep time into that. Obviously, for a longer run, those are kind of built in to some degree, and so you can take them where you need them. So, obviously it's dark, but it looks like we're getting into or around a little bit of a mountainous area here. Whoop. The skin of the van changed a bit. We have that happen once in a while. I'm assuming it's something a little off with one of the mods. Certainly had several updates that have happened to ETS2 since I've started this series, and so I may need to see if there's some updated car skins. Most of what I use is from Jazzy Cat, and so it's possible there's some model that it no longer has an overlay for that then bounces back and reverts back. So kind of like what I've had lately, you come into these towns and you see things, but you have to go a little bit of a roundabout way to actually get there, because there are just no roads directly there. So obviously that adds a little bit of distance and time, which is factored into some degree into what we're being told to do. He's
Keep
obviously unhappy with our progress, but I don't want to be going too fast. Alright, so we have Zenica over here. I assume Islas is either exit or entrance. Oh boy. Alright. So, come up here, and then it looks like we'll be heading down. I can turn that signal off. I'm sorry, that's probably annoying you quite a bit. Alright, so just up and down. We've discovered Zenica.
At the
And
roundabout,
we'll have the
take the
roundabout
first
here. We'll take the first exit as it
now.
said, so we can just quickly go around.
Go straight on.
And then again, I think because Pirelli is down there, it looks like. But we have another
right.
option here, which is where we're headed, which is Jadranska Trgovina. Someone who speaks the language, let me know if I got even close. So there is where we need to drop it. Not the easiest place in the world. And I don't think I want to pull in and do anything that way, so I think I'm going to pull in here and then I'll
nice
have to
ride.
back up the length of the yard, I think, is really the most effective way to do this. So definitely one of the, I would say, one of the more challenging options I can have, because we've got to go kind of across the entire yard here to get ourselves parked, but it's not a short distance. So I'm imagining with the graphics on the side of their trailers that they are a local company. We have 32 minutes. I'm not quite sure why I'm getting the shrinking view. I thought that really didn't start happening until I was past my rest time, because you would assume if you're within the rest window, you're still alert, pretty alert. Obviously that's not what the game is modeling here. But yeah, it looks like from those vans that it's a local carrier here. There's a lot of those, certainly. Oh boy, that's not going to work, because there's like a dock over there, and I keep forgetting these trailers do turn, and so that, what is happening? Why will it not go? There we go. They do turn back on the back end, and so I can get a pretty sharp turn in there many times. So hopefully, no, that's too sharp. This is actually causing me a bit of a challenge here. Let me go further out. I'm thinking I need to be a bit more away from the building. Whoops, wrong way. I know what I wanted to do, which was go more this way, and then go ahead and kind of make it a sharp 90-degree turn, because that seems to be what was happening there that I was not coping with very well. Now I need to be able to stop that turn pretty soon, so come on. So I want to rotate a bit more. This might actually work. But yeah, this is not the largest drop-off point ever. That fuel tank or compressed air tank back there isn't really helpful either. Alright, wow, within 5 points of leveling up for our experience, so definitely very close. Alright, because of the challenge of parking, I think I'm going to call it here because I know we're well over the 8 minutes it told me it was going to take to deliver. So I know we're in that 20 to 30 minute window, and I tend to try to keep these episodes about 30 minutes. Because that seems to be what people are more engaged in watching. They don't seem to like really long truck simulator videos. But yeah, we got a really good maneuvering bonus. Level 13 rank gives us some additional euros, but again, that's factored in the beginning. But that bonus is almost as much as our base reward for this trip, so that's pretty good. Most importantly, our profit's still up there, but again, we're going to buy fuel next time. We're going to sleep before we do anything, so we'll see what that all turns into. But I will see you next time.